Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Human Companions, a mod designed to give you a few more options to your adventuring party. Out in the world, you may find one of these quaint little tiny cottages just wandering about in your world. And popping out from one of those cottages, you may find one of these, a human companion. Now, they vary in the skins and as well as the job types that they potentially can serve for you. But first, let's talk about how you can make friends with them. That is by giving them some food. In this case, hold still, Albert, you're not helping. If I give you some steak, they may say that they need a bit more until it says companion added. Then you have control of them. For instance, he's walking away, but if I walk backwards, he'll come with me. He's now my companion, a human companion. Similar to how wolves work, but they're a little bit more advanced because they can also have multiple weapons, depending upon the class that they are. Now, when you first run into them, they'll be carrying some sort of weapon, whether it be a sword or a bow, and that determines what class they are and will be forever. I don't know of a way to currently change that, and I don't think that it really makes a difference because that's just what they currently know how to do. If you right-click on a trained companion, one that is already familiar with you, you can then access their inventory. If they start running around a little too much like this guy is, you can sneak right-click, and they'll say, I'll stay here, which makes it a lot easier to interact. Now, opening it up, you can see I can take off all of their weapons and armor. They've got a regular skin or clothes set that they default with. If I give them something like a bow, you notice that it does not display on him. And as he started with an iron sword, I can give him something else if I want, provided that it is of a similar category, namely a sword. There you have it, a regular sword. You can also give him a stone sword, and it doesn't matter where they are in here. He'll just upgrade to the one that does the most damage in this case. You can see the gold sword doesn't seem to work. Now it does. Then I can put in the diamond sword, and it is currently taking priority. So Albert here is a pretty good fighter, but without armor, he's not going to be so good. So let's give him his basic set that he started with. Looks pretty pathetic. There we go, a diamond set should do, and that will make him a lot more effective in battle because he'll take a lot less damage. Now the other thing is, he also has a food meter, so if I click on him now that he's a companion with food, if he needs healing, it will actually tell me so in the bottom left corner. But as he's already topped out in health, he's fine. Alright, let's hit him. No, he doesn't attack back, he's your companion. But if I right click, you can see he's now been healed and ate one of the steaks. You can just heal your companion by clicking on them with food, or you can put some in their inventory, and then they'll use this to heal with, but only after they've sustained enough damage to do so. There we go, and you can see he's already healed himself a pretty good amount, not completely, but he's going to heal himself to at least a 3/4 amount of health and continue on. So let's test Albert here with how good he's going to be in, well, battle, because that's pretty much where you're going to be taking him. He'll follow you pretty much anywhere you go and will teleport around, provided that he is following you. Again, just sneak right click and they will follow. Now if I put down something like a husk and I just avoid the husk, nothing happens. Albert will just ignore it because it's not a threat. But as soon as I hit it or it hits me, Albert will then attack the husk. Now, it doesn't mean that Albert's going to be like top-notch warrior, but he will definitely take it out as best he knows how. So if I were to have something like a spider nearby, it automatically is considered to be hostile to me, but it might also attack your companion, in which case they could be, well, killed and or affected by different kind of status effects. In that case, you saw he was affected by poison. Now here's another thing that might be of interest. Albert here doesn't like creepers. If I put one down, he's going to yell creeper and run the opposite direction, but he still will try to follow you as best as he can, or be teleported to you if you get far enough away. Now here's the other funny part, is that if I get close enough that I can punch the creeper, he'll then start attacking it. And this could have bad or good circumstances. Bye-bye, Albert. I'm sorry. It was nice knowing you. Now, warriors are not the only type there are. I did mention there were multiple classes. Currently, there's a knight and an archer, and we've already experienced a knight. Pear here is an archer. They only need a bow. They actually don't need arrows, which makes it quite interesting on how effective they can be and how frustrating they can be at the same time. Things that you'll need to be aware of start with archers. So let me spawn in a husk here, and of course it will start trying to come at me. I punch the husk, and Pear will ignore it because it's set on Do Not Follow mode. Activating that, he'll start shooting the husk, which is great, especially since if there are creepers nearby, he can shoot them a little bit easier without getting too close, like Albert did. But the problem here is that he may also end up shooting more than just the mob. He may shoot you. So I've spawned in a husk, just so that Pear can show off his archery skills, but more on me than the mob. As you can see, Pear will then shoot at the mob and not ignore that I'm here. Now, on the plus side, though, if there are other companions that you currently have, I'm going to get out of the way now so you can just kill the mob instead of me. Yee! You're going to want to be aware that if you have other companions, Pear, for example, an archer class, if they shoot another companion, it will actually just bounce off of your companion. So you don't need to worry about your companions killing each other by accident, and they don't get upset if you attack them a bunch or anything like that. But if they do get low health, they will let you know. You can give them some food, and they'll heal themselves almost instantly. Just be aware that if you end up getting into a pitched battle with a whole bunch of archer companions at your back, well, your backside might be pelted with arrows. Still, they're much better at taking out creepers than a warrior type if you end up having them charge in. So keep in mind also that while in stay here mode, your companions will not target anything nearby either. So if you accidentally punch your pony that you're using to get around in, you could just have them stand still and move your horse away and then pick a different target. But they may still try and lock on to the original target. So you do probably want to take very good care that you don't hit something that you don't want them to kill. So these little huts that you might find these companions at are somewhat common. You should be able to find them a little bit easier at nighttime due to the fact that they have a campfire out front and this will generate light. If you have a mini-map option, obviously having some kind of mapping mod will make things a lot easier to identify where they are on the map. But to give you an idea, this is about a 1500 by 1500 square area, and I've got about 11 companions in this entire area. So they're fairly numerous, but not so often that you're going to run into them non-stop all the time everywhere. Something else you're going to want to be aware of is that your companion can freeze to death and is susceptible to just about any of the other environmental issues that you might run into, and will be immune to them if you give them such effects as well, like fire resistance or even some boots in this powdery snow. There we go. No more damage. And there you have it, a very simple bit-by-bit on human companions, a really nice little mod to give a little bit more companionship to you in your modded Minecraft playthrough. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, feel free to come visit us on Twitch, click that notification bell, and until next time folks, I'll see ya.